Evening guys, it's Paul again, and this is going out on day 10 of UK lockdown. It'll be Friday tomorrow. I hope you're well, and we're just going to show you how to do a Joker from Batman, but it's a DC artist's Joker, this one is. So this is for my good friend Chris Uminga. He's a PE teacher and a dance teacher. He actually teaches my daughter. So Chris has specially requested a Joker. So let's give it a go. I'm going to use acrylics here, but you could very easily use pencil crayon. I'm going to use acrylics and some water soluble kind of watercolour pencil crayons. So I'm just going to do the outline where I want the inside of his forehead to be. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Alright, we're going to just draw out the kind of shape of his hairline. And we'll do this quite quick. So this is the kind of thing we're going to do. Okay, and this is an acrylic canvas board that I'm using here. This acrylic sketch pad actually, but you can use watercolours on this. The only issue with this is the weave's quite wide, so you can't get all the real detail that you perhaps might want to put onto something like this. Okay, so what I want to do is, it's kind of an oversized head we're doing here. Alright, so I'll just start off doing the shape of his head here, and it's a bit of a wonky old head he's got. This artist's unbelievable, but he's if you've seen a Batman one I've done, it's the same artist. I did a time lapse yesterday on that. So we'll put his ear in there, and then we'll just use a little bit more black ink, just black acrylic. Again, you could, if you wanted to, you could definitely use pencil crayon if you wanted to. So his head goes up like this. Okay. Missed his other ear off, but I'm going to do that in a little while actually. So I'll just suggest where his ear is. His ear's kind of here. Okay, and it does look a little bit smaller than the other ear. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start off with, I think, is I'm going to do some grey. So I want some light grey. So I'm going to take the light grey through the middle here. Okay, probably lighten it up even more than that. So light grey through the middle. I'm going to colour all of this while I've got my paintbrush out. Okay, so I'm just mixing a little bit of white with some grey. Again, trying to go down all the same strokes, all the same direction, just like you do in pencil crayon, okay? Now I'm just bringing in lots of white now. Okay, just to lighten that grey up. This is quite a longer process than pencil crayon. However, the colouring in is a lot faster. So this, I'm just going to get the outside. Now watch what I do here, just the outside here. Just going to get rid of some of that black. Okay, just going to fade that black into the background. But you want to keep just the final edge of black. Okay, and it will darken this bit, which is what we want. We want a much darker section here for Joker's head. This is where his hair will come in, his green hair will come in down here. Okay, so again, we'll just bring that white through. We'll mix it in a little bit with the black. The black's still wet on the page here. So if you've got acrylics, have a go. If not, you could order some really quite cheap on Amazon. Give yourself a go. This is an acrylic board I'm using here. It's a sketch pad, but it's like an acrylic. If you look for acrylic boards, but as I say, you can do this with pencil crayon. If you've got watercoloured crayons, this would be really good. I'm going to show you a little bit of that later on. Okay, so we still, even though it's white board, we still want to, even if it's white, we still want to colour it, because I don't really like what it looks like if it's just the board. Okay. So we've got the shape here coming in nicely now. Okay. And on this Batman here is wearing a shirt and a tie, green, well, it's a waistcoat, green waistcoat. It's got a grey tie on and like a lilac-y purple shirt on underneath. Okay. Let's bring that grey through his ear here. Again, get rid of some of that black. You don't want as dark a line as that, as thick a line as that. Now, I'm just going to get rid of some of this black here, because the ear comes in. It's quite important that you do that, okay. So, you'll leave that to dry for a little while. Okay, I'd leave this for a good 15-20 minutes really, so we can crack on with the actual shape of the rest of his body. So, just mix some black here on there, straight onto the board, okay. So I'm going to do a line of where I think is, he's got a little bit of dark underneath his chin here. So I'm going to just bring that black in there, just block out that black, and then it's going to go, we're going to go down from about here, almost a straight line. Okay, like this. Alright. Now if you've got a really fine brush, you can use it. I haven't got a really fine brush at the moment. Used it that much, all the bristles have broken. So we'll bring in this waistcoat here. And again, you just want to suggest where the waistcoat goes. Okay, like this. I'm just doing it fine at the moment. And then again, on this side, we've got the hair coming down here, and we've got a much darker section underneath his neck here, and then this is where his waistcoat meets here. Okay, we go out here, we go kind of this direction, slightly diagonal out. Okay, now we'll clean your brush because it's got a lot of black on it. I'll just bring in some mood. So we're going to bring in the background now, just to show you how I'd do the background. I'm using here raw sienna, and the colour which is like a lightish brown. There's burnt sienna, and then there's raw umber, but I don't want to go raw umber, as much darker raw umber is. Okay, but as I say, you can use pencil crayons if you wanted to. These are soluble pencil crayons. So if you see, this is a pencil crayon now I'm putting on. Now if I just bring in, I've just got a bit of water on this brush, just watch what it does, like this. Okay, and you can bring this right the way down. Okay, and it acts like, just that tiny fleck of colour, that acts like watercolour. Okay, so we'll bring this round his ear. Okay, and then I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that colour. Okay, so we're going to go a lot lighter now around the outside edge. So we're going to go a much lighter brown. Okay, which is almost like a reddy colour. This colour. Okay, and then we're going to use something else that is kind of a creamier brown here. Let's just have a look at that, see what that does. It's just experimenting really with this. So yeah, we've got that just a little bit too red. So what I'm going to do now is just mix it in with a little bit of this raw umber. Okay, and you want to go nice and light on this, a little bit more water. Okay, so you're doing this kind of effect. You still see the white through it. Okay, there we go. That's much better, happy with that now. Okay, you don't want any of these edges here, so this artist is well known for using watercolours and a mix. He uses, I think, a mix of medium, so we're going to do the same thing. Okay, bring that colour around here as well. A little bit of brown. A bit of brown in here. Okay. So this is what we're doing now. Around the outside edge. Okay. A bit lighter brown here. There we go. Don't forget, we're going to have some green over the top of this. Some dark green. Some sap green it's called, so we don't need to worry about colouring this in. This is going to be brown up here. Okay. So this is what I'd do if I was doing a watercolour mixed with my acrylic paint. Okay, so this is a little bit reddish. I'm going to just pull a little bit of brown through this. A bit too red, that. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some green, but first I'm going to attempt to bring in the shape of his hand using grey. Okay, so just a little bit of white, tiny bit of black in here, just nice and light grey. So down his hand will come in round about here. So I'm just going to block this out grey. Okay, and then we're going to have a fist here. It's going to go out like this. And it's going to bring in a knife. He's going to be holding a knife. So this artist just brings in a lot of grey on the inside of his hand. He'll go round it with a pen, I think. Might go around it with my trusty favourite Stabilo fine liner in a little while when that's dried, just to get the definition in there. Okay, don't be afraid to use all sorts of medium if you can. So I'm going to go a bit of fun now. I'm going to go greens. So I'm going to go like a sappy dark green to start off with. I'm going to do his waistcoat, okay? So we're going to colour in this waistcoat, and it goes all the way down here. A little bit of dark here, black. Try and stay again inside the line that you've already drawn. Okay, that's good. I like that colour. It's excellent. Right, so that's just called sap green, that is, if you're interested in what colours I'm actually using. So we'll do this here. This is the kind of thing I'm going for. I don't want it too nice and loose. Okay, not too fixed colour or shape. What he's suggesting his waistcoat here. There we go. And we're going to go down here now, all the way down. But we're going to miss a few bits out here. I'm going to drip it. So I'm going to use a little bit of water now, just to make it look like watercolour, even though it is acrylic. And drip it down like this. Like this, okay. And there we are. Use a little bit of water just to get it nice and smooth now. There we are. Bring on some lighter green later when it's dried. Okay, so the same again. This area much darker up here. Okay, going over this black. And again, see if you can go the same direction if you can. Now, importantly, this is going to go around his hand. So this is where you can get a bit more definition in the hand just by using the green. So we're going to go over here and bring in this green, this shape here. And then we're going to go down and round. Going to carry on with the green, okay? And that's all we're going to do. So just be careful here that you're nice and high. You don't want to put your hand on the paint that you've already painted. Okay, a lot of artists start from the top corner. I don't really do that, but you could do if you're confident. Okay, now with this here, it's going to mix as if it looks like one piece of cloth. So what you want to do is put a much darker stripe down the middle, and I'll show you in a minute how to do that. Because when you go across here, it mixes and it just looks like one piece. So you want to show that it's not one piece. You need a definition. So I'm going to just bring in the black now. Now, just bringing in this line down here, nice and thin, like this, and carry it on up here. Okay, like that. That's good. A bit darker up here in this area. Okay, so now what we're going to do is mix in some purple. I'm going to get my white and mix this green in. Not green, sorry, blue. I'm going to mix this blue in with some red. I'm going to make a nice purpley colour. Nice light purple. Okay. So I'm going to do this shirt now. So he's going to have a purple shirt. And he'll go in a triangle. Like this. That's what we're going to do. Like this kind of shape, okay. Mix it in with the green a little bit. There we are. Now, bring in a little bit more red and blue. So I'm mixing a purple now, just by having a nice light sky blue. And we've got a scarlet. Okay, so let's see what this does. Let's just mix this up. Just doing the mixing on the hoof, guys, so just bear with me for a minute. That's a bit thicker, like that. It's a bit of a better colour, that's good, like that. That's darker, nice. Okay, so I'm going to go from here all the way down. I'm going to lighten it up in a little while, okay? So we'll get that base purple going there. And then, while we're at it, a bit of white in there. While we're at it, we're going to do the same underneath his shirt. So we're going to bring in the purple in here. This is a collar of his shirt here. Okay, and we're going to have the same going on over here. Okay, there we are. It's good. so we're now going to do a grey tie. Do a nice grey tie now. So a little bit of white with a tiny little bit of black. Get this grey tie in underneath here, so it's a nice coloured grey. Okay, so we're going to just block in this grey underneath this chin. So have this kind of thing going on. It's going to go down here, right into his waistcoat. There we are. Now a little bit of water, if we can, just to bring that grey through. So it's nice and smooth now. There we are. So this is what we're going to do now. There we go. So, and then we're going to have some black in here. Okay, so you're going to go around here with your black. And the black's going to really show that we've got a definition in this tie. Okay, so you need to be really careful here that you don't go over the edge of your tie if you can help it. Okay. Here we go, like this. Okay, and then the other side, same again with the other side. You're going around this outside edge of the tie. There we are. Marvellous. A bit more black in here. There we go. So, I'm going to let a little bit darker on that now. Possibly a little bit darker on that tie. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that in. A little bit of white through there now, if we can, like this. I'm doing this quite quick now to show you. Probably spend hours and hours on these kinds of things. I just want to show you the effect we can do with colour, whites and darks. Put some white lines over the top of there. It's going grey now because the grey is still wet, which is great. That's exactly what I want. Okay, so this is the kind of thing we're doing. Okay, now put in some more purple in here. And drop some lighter flecks into here now. So we're going to go much lighter purple down here, almost white on the edges. Like this. It's really good, I like that. So notice we're just leaving some of the darker underneath, but not leaving it all. Okay, there we are, that's good. Now, with the tie, you want to try and make this a little bit more like a tie, so you've got the knot under here coming in. There we are, right across. That's good. Like that, okay. That's a little bit better. There we are. There's a little bit more definition there. Okay, now I'm gonna go really dark under on this line here now. I'll start working through this chin. Okay, so from here, just colouring in this black now. There's a black line. It's much better like that. Okay, that's good. And then we're doing the same on this side. You want a real definition to this black. So we're bringing this down to that point there. That's good. Right, so now I'm going to put the eyes in, I think. So what you want is circles for these eyes, and these eyes are quite unique to this artist. So what you want to do is draw a big circle like this if you can. It's not a perfect circle by any means. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that he would draw, nice and wide, like this. Okay, and his other eye isn't actually level, so this is going over the top of his ear. So we're going to go over here, and it's going to go around like this. Try and do this nice and thin. You don't want this too thick. I mean, not that much paint on your brush really. I probably put a little bit too much on there. But you're bringing those circles around now. That's it. That's good. I like that. So, what I'd like you to do now, what shall we do now? Let's just go through a little bit more grey work. So I'm going to work this black here. So we're going to do a little bit of work around the black eye now. Okay, so it's going to go a little bit like this. All right. Do a little bit more grey under here. A little bit more work around this side here. So what I'm going to now do is just going to use some water. Okay. Use some water. I'm going to bring that eye around like this, so it's not completely black and white around the outside edge. This is purely water, using water now. My acrylics already doing the work for me here. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same again on the other side, still with the same bit of water. Don't need it too wet, but we've got a lot of grey through here. Okay, out towards his ear. There we are. That's good. Okay, so looking good now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit more grey at the top. Okay. So a little bit of grey here. So I'm going to just dot this and then get the water on it. So this is quite dark now. Probably a little bit too dark actually, what I'd like. So we'll go a little bit white over the top of that. Okay. And then we're going to get the water on it again. So you want to make it look like shadow, but we don't want the paint to be too thick. So it sits on the board. We want it to really work through this now. This is much better. It's going to connect to that grey bit of his eye there. Okay, we can always come over with white again later if we need to. So we're going to just bring this in now. A little bit of grey around the outside edge. Just getting a little bit of green off my brush, which is good. So there's green underneath this brush now because of the green that I've done earlier on down below. So this is really good now. This is where you're just building the colour of the shade up. Okay, I'd come in here with a bit of shade. Okay, I'd go through this bit here now. I'm going to bring a little bit of brown into this. Tiny dots of brown and a bit of water. I'm going to just bring that brown down and round into his chin area and bring this and do this as well. Bit of brown here. That's good. Okay. Bit more brown around there. This is really good now, I'm enjoying this. Okay, so it's coming on now, yeah? You can see it's really coming on. Okay, the hand still needs to be done. Alright, but I think what we're probably best off doing now is concentrating on the hair just to show you. So we're going to go dark green through this area here. We want this quite fine through here. Okay. And then we're going to flick this so it's going to go up. And it's going to go like this. So you've got some layers coming in. Now Joker normally has his hair unkempt, so we'll keep it the same as how he would do it in the films and in the comics, okay? Even though this is a piece of art, we'll keep it kind of true to the work itself, okay? So we'll go down to his ear, and then we'll go around the back of his ear actually, if we can. So we'll do this kind of thing so it looks like it's coming behind his ear. Alright, and we've got one there, so that's really good. I'm enjoying that there. Excellent. Okay, so hopefully Chris, you can have a go at this if you want to. This is for my friend Chris, who's asked for a Joker. I don't know, he's asked for a cartoon style of a Joker. I don't know whether this is probably a little bit too arty for Chris. I can always do another one, like a proper cartoon one. I've seen some Lego ones that are great. So I'm going to do the sap green down the other side now. So we're going to go across to here, and then it's going to curve around like this. And this is a lot darker, so I'm going to mix a little bit of black in with sap green now. Okay, because he's much darker on this side. His hair is much darker here. Down to this ear. Going to go around his ear again a little bit. There we are, like this, and then it's going to go flick through here. Building that colour up now. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm probably going to change to a pencil crayon here, because you want to get the spikes. There we are, that's much better. We'll get the spikes in now. This is so this is a very similar colour, just a crimson and black one from the Works actually. If you can order anything from the Works. These are soluble pencil crayons. So this is where I'm mixing my media now. Okay, we've got the hair coming through like this. Okay, and we've got a bit more coming in this way. And you can get a real definition on this, okay, that you can't really achieve even with the thinnest brushes. So I'm going to bring in this line down here, and we're going to get another line here like this, and then it's going to go behind his collar really, like this. Okay, so we can get back to the pencil, to the get back to your paint work, and we're bringing this paint through now. Okay, so we're going to do it nice and light, a bit of a light touch here. Be careful in this bit because you don't want to spoil a scene you've already done, but that's about perfect, that. And then what we're going to do is move this black into the green, and we're going to do much darker here towards his hairline. Okay. to just be nice and loose. Loose here, we're going to have a little bit of green coming in there. Okay. Again, nice and loose here. Okay, you want to show that it's hair. Okay, so some black stripes now. We're going to go up and across like this. Okay, so up. I'm going to go across like this. Now, if you wanted to do it a little bit thinner, you get a black pencil crayon. Okay, and then you could do it with pencil crayon instead if you wanted to. So, this kind of effect. Okay. And this looks really cool. This looks excellent, this. So we've got the black coming in through the green. Like this. Get it darker on the inside edge there. And that's it. That's good. And then much darker again here. I'm not happy with how light this is underneath. So I'm going to get this. This is going to be black around his ear here. So you're showing where the ear's coming in now. Okay. Again, in this one, you're going to draw around where his ear is. So you get that ear definition there. Okay. And then in a little bit there. That's it. That's perfect. Okay, so this is how we're building this colour up now. The only problem we've got now is we're going to need a little bit of brown through this area here. Okay, and we're going to design. We're going to try and draw the nose in now. Okay, so a little bit of black. Let's get this. Don't worry too much about, the position of the nose. But this is the kind of nose that he's got. So we're going to go like this. Really thin if you can. It's going to curve like this. Quite a long nose. Okay, and then I'm going to then bring in this kind of shape. It's going to go up like that. Okay, that's how it's going to look. All right, and then I'm going to do a little bit of water on here, a bit of brown. Tiny bit of water, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring that, see that's green there, we need a bit of brown really, not green. Okay, so we're going to bring this brown in underneath like this, and it's going to go this way. It's going to connect to this one. Okay, so you'll see the reason why I'm making this a little bit greeny brown in a little while, okay? I'm just going to bring a little bit of green around his ear here. Okay, I'm just going to change the water. Okay, fresh water. Fresh water now, because you want to get rid of that green. Okay, and we're going to go for a little bit more of the whitish shade in here. So we're going to block this out a little bit more now. So it's a little bit too brown there. So I'm going to bring some white in now, and we're just going to mix this in. Okay, a little bit of grey into here, pick up the grey again, a little bit of water, grey down here. Okay, that's good. Through there. Okay. Let's just bringing in that white again, a little bit whiter around that edge. Right, that's excellent, loving this. Right, so bring this grey in again a bit more around here. This hand's a little bit too small, so just bring that grey back in here, middle of the hand. Okay, now what you're going to do now is we're going to lighten this up. Okay, so we're just going to bring in a little bit of flecks of white, lighten this up if we can. Okay, through here we've got a little bit lighter. This is the shirt, don't forget. Okay, the colour of his shirt. And then we're going to be lightening this up down here as well. Okay, so this is looking good now. What we need to do now is the classic red smile. Okay, and I'm going to use this is a deep red for this one. And the artist really just goes to town with the red here. So this is what I want you guys to do if you can have a go. So the Joker's classic red smile. So we're going to go from here. It's going to go up a little bit and down. And then we're going to go like this, and he's going to smile upwards like this. And don't worry about the colour amount, we might make it slightly darker in a minute. Okay, so, and it's going to go up, a splash here. This is what's going to happen, is the Joker's smile is like this, okay. So bring a little bit more colour in now. I want it slightly darker than that, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of black in there. We're going to make it darker. There we are. So, amazing what you can achieve with a little bit of patience. A little bit of black in here. A little bit of black through here. There we are. That's good. So, that's the kind of thing I want. All right. Now we're going to go for a little bit of yellow. Okay, so he's going to have yellow eyes. This artist, DC artist, is really good at eyes. So we're going to do this kind of thing. So we're going to make his eyes quite yellow. Okay, like this. Now he's put pupils on this piece of art, but I've seen a lot of his art. He does Voldemort really good, and the Hulk and characters like that. And sometimes he doesn't put any pupils in, and it's quite a spooky kind of effect he has with his art. And I think that, to be fair, I think that looks excellent. That looks really good.